Good morning. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. It took me quite a while, but I finally figured out how to get rid of some bullshit on OBS that I think was causing it to crash. And it was annoying me deeply. All right, so what we're going to do is take all these things, go to this new folder, and paste them into the new folder. Like that. How much do I weigh? Hello, Michael. 200-ton Yokuhana. I am 170 pounds, I think. How about you? I would assume 200 tons based off your name. That is a feat, isn't it? That takes some effort and dedication right there. 200 tons. Well, welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. We're working on making a little banner. I need to update this little slideshow on the bottom right of my stream. So I'm just throwing together a little something something for that. A little something something. Actually, let's move it down. Yes. Take the background. Take this one. Take our little arrow. No. Do I even need this one? No. Not for this. These two I'm going to take and scale. Right about there. And let's drop this here. Shape Key Baker. Good morning, Sarah. Hello. And then we'll just duplicate this one, move it down, and let me go ahead and grab that. Assume you got my messages. Sorry for the spam. Oh no, you're totally fine. Just juggling OBS crashing. That was a funny morning. I think I figured out what was causing OBS to crash my computer. Yeah, it had the virtual output thing. Baker. There's no V at the end. Same better. Yeah, right there. Right there. And I'll just hide my website. All right, so getting started. Bam. Comic Sans. I do need one that's a little bit more legible, though. Bond Shrift seems quite legible. All right, so I need the links to my products. Or on Twitch, I need a link to my Gumroad. Phew. And we'll include this here. We'll say animations to shape keys in one click. That is not legible. All right, just got a little self-promo stuff, you know? You know how it is. You know how it is, you know? You just gotta do the thing. Stream, slideshow, and this one will be all right. Close those. Now should update on my slideshow here on the stream. And in the meantime, while I fiddle around with that, I'm going to try to open a D&D project that I made a while back. Back again. Back again. Back and back. Tabletop sim? No, it's RP projects. Pretty sure. Oh. And while that loads, let's see if we can get my slideshow to work. Transition speed. Time between slides. Loop. Okay. It should change eventually. All right, let me know when the slideshow changes. And we're just waiting on Unity to open. I've had an epiphany on what I'm going to do with my stream. But actually, let me finish communicating with people on Discord. Reinsert the tail animation. Okay, perfect. Bye. Let me review that list. I like the little list thing you made. Really handy. Yeah. Just use 3 tildes before and after text. Oh, okay. Very handy. It looks so professional. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, so if you're going to add on to add a face tracking, it would okay. Okay, so this is a project here that was really interesting. So I made a D&D world a while back, and I was just thinking about it, and I kind of want to bring a lot of these things, especially these things here. I mean, I could remake these really easy these days. Real easy. Yeah, you know what? I'll just remake them. Ah, I did want the grid thing though. Let me go back. I did want the grid thing though. That one took a little. It was a little weird to figure out. Oh. No, I see how to do it. I'll just make a separate mesh. Yeah, I'll just make a separate mesh over it. And I can take all the textures and stuff and go from there. Yeah, that'd work fine. There we go. Bam, 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 bam. And I wanted my grid. Where's the grid? Udon grid projector. This is what I'm give it. Interesting. This grid predictor here, and that is what's doing it. Okay. Okay. I guess what matters is the shader that I'm using for it. We'll just protect the whole thing. Export package. Perfect. And we're going to send this over to 2024. Say products. Make a new folder and we'll call this D&D, or no, RP tools. I don't want it to be specifically affiliated with. This is the old Unity. Okay. That should be good. And then I'm going to close this, open up the Creator Companion. Coolio, excitement. Yes! Face tracking! Face tracking! Whoa! VRChat Worlds is what I made recently. Let's go ahead and update all this stuff. Sure. Faster! Is Udon Sharp just included now? Where is Udon Sharp in this? Don't want those, but I definitely want Udon Sharp. So is this an Udon Sharp project? How do I check that? It's a world project. If I went to create a new one and I said worlds here, I don't want to make it from scratch, cancel. Okay, it must be in there. It's gotta be, right? It's gotta be, right? All right. Just open it up and find it. Oh my god, I'm in so many Discord servers now. I must be in at least 100. It just keeps. Okay. All right, here we go. So, good. It says Udon Sharp right there. That is exactly what I want. So we're going to spend this morning session working on some D&D related VRChat items. So I'm thinking about it for a while, talked about it for a while, but I really like the idea of making us D&D stuff in VRChat. So I think that's what we'll do this morning, because I have a few projects in here. No, RP tools. Let's bring this in. Import. Awesome. So I have all these right now. They're located in the standard assets. I'm just going to duplicate this whole folder and delete that so it doesn't get intermingled with the actual standard assets of Unity. We'll call this art tools. And move this, delete, and we'll call this the grid projector. Okay. And so what this does, or should do, why is it broken? Because it's missing the shader. And the shader is missing the textures. Why did that? There we go. All right. The projector should be at 0, 0, 0. Or actually, position 100. Interesting. All right. Morning, Sam was asleep and did get your message. Well, hello, Kai. Good morning, good morning. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. We're doing some D&D related stuff this morning, and then we'll switch over to working on the avatar. Ba 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 bum bum. It just needs to be above everything. Excuse me. I'm going to bring back in the previous package so I can look at the projector prefab. Okay, maybe not. We'll go to our other project that we opened. And get that data. Okay. Where's my grid projector here? Right here. Negative 100, 50, 30, blah, blah, blah. Orthographic size. I want all of this. This. Right here. Where's that material? This is what I'm missing. Hello, Chill Spaghetti. Welcome to the stream. Hello. We're working on some D&D stuff right now. Drop these right here. Delete that. All right. And then I can take my grid, drop in the projector grid triplanar. And now each of, God damn it. Now each of these squares is 5 feet by 5 feet. Good. Good. All right, now we've got our D&D grid. So, keep it for now. But I will update the prefab. Now, what was the other thing? It had a, on here, it had a orthographic size of 1,000. Why does it have that? That doesn't seem to change anything. All right. Grid, projector, 5-foot grid. Okay. And the cool part about this is that it does actually work on vertical surfaces too. So you get your grid on both sides. All right. So there's one tool. Recreated. Then next, we're going to take our little projector things right here, our rulers. Let's do this. Let's just do this whole package. There we go. Close that out. Because now we have everything into our new project. Of course, right when I closed it. Bam. Multiple projects. I would have just been better off uh, just upgrading this project. So let's go back. Close this. Biab! Biab! Sorry, I'm picking on you. Yeah, this is so cool. Check this out. Able to bring Blender objects into your Apple Vision Pro. That's so fucking cool. I would love to work on VR avatars like this. Give it to me. Wow. Get a retweet. I want that. All right, we're just chilling, waiting for this project to migrate. How's everyone's morning going? What are y'all up to? Oh, seems to be a relatively quiet morning. It is halfway through the week, so Wednesday. Person Wednesday. I'm standing. And we're just waiting on Unity to open. Bum, bum, bum. One day Unity will be fast, but it is definitely not this day. Hello, Sky. Bro, the animation was amazing. Well, thank you, Adi. I appreciate that. Also, welcome, welcome. Hello, Sky. Morning to both of you. Welcome, welcome. We're waiting on VR Unity to load. Oh, there we go. I was actually waiting on me to click a button that was hidden behind 3 times. TY for the baking suggestion. Absolutely. Good morning, Thorn. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you're all having an amazing one. Good night, Sam. Are you going to bed, Adi? Are you going to sleep already? Well, enjoy your evening. Thank you for coming by. We're just waiting on some projects to load. I had some Dungeons and Dragons projects that I made a while back, and I'm looking to update them. Good afternoon. Same to you. Same to you. Good morning to me. Or good morning from me? Something like that. Ba-da-da-da. Put the microphone a little closer. We might as well work on Vale while this is all loading, because it's just taking forever. Also, it doesn't seem like my slideshow has changed at all, so I'm going to delete that and add it again, add directory. I should be able to, there we go, okay. How often should it change? That's pretty quick. Let's at least triple that. Well, add in just another 0. 10 times it. Okay. There we go. Now it's actually changing. And look at our new avatar we're working this. I love this. Waking up and seeing people that have their other time zones they go to sleep. Good morning, good night. Just passing each other. What are you doing? Right now we're working on this character here. But I'm also trying to migrate a Unity project at the same time. So doing a few different things, but we were working on this character yesterday. Looking to adopt a cat in my city. Just take one. Just take one. Cats are free if they're on the street. That's how it works. That is how it works. That's a lie. Flame it. This looks really weird right here. It's a little bit too much. There. Oh no, okay. Has to be the auto smooth. That's bam. No. Claim it. Is he okay with you're arguing out? Thorn. Thorn becoming independent. Crushing it. Crushing it. That must be an exciting feeling. Next step is tell my parents to never contact me again. You're welcome to do that. I would recommend that. All I would say is just that don't put them in a position where they feel like they have to take some sort of action. You know, you can to fuck off, but uh, definitely make sure that you're in a position that they decide to take any action if or your well-being comes first. Mm-hmm. Let's scooch this over. I just want to fill in a little gap, you know? Just fill in that little gap. Okay, we made some. We'll make them quite a bit smaller. Quite a bit smaller. I don't know. I just walked away from them. Well, wishing you well, Thorn. That is definitely exciting. I'm certain you will on your feet for the good trajectory for yourself, and that matters. That what matters. It's like a band-aid, you know. Again, your main goal. Do, 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 do. I think the cheeks could be a little bit bigger. I'll say that every time I look at them. More. What's up? Hello, Chip. Welcome back. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. Welcome. That yacht is staring at me. Now actually staring at you. I am concerned. The world's looking pretty decent, but IDK looks way better in Blender than Unity, which sucks. um, what you'll want to look at for your world, um, which is looking great, by the way, uh, is lighting, baking lighting specifically. So the more lights you add to your Unity world, the more expensive it is to run. And there is actually just a straight up limit to how many lights you can have in Unity. Eventually, it's just going to stop adding. You'll notice if you go up to like 20 lights, it starts turning off other ones. You can only have so many lights in your scene. What you want to look at is baking your lighting, um, and, uh, and and using reflection probes, and that's how you're going to get a nice look. Most light in games is a weird concept because what you see isn't like the real world where light has to hit your eye. A lot of times you can just bake things, so they're not dynamic. There's real lighting. There's no actual shadowing. Like you can see my shadow on my hand and stuff. Seen some lights turn hot. Yeah, so you'll need to bake all of that, and then you'll get it crisp. But there's some other downsides to that, which you can't um, use them in real time. But any real time light multiplies how expensive things are. It doesn't just add to them to how expensive things are. It multiplies it, which is a different scaling for how expensive things get. If you add 8 lights to your scene, it's going to be a lot more expensive. All right, this thing was cool. Check this out, y'all. So I'm thinking of making a world for this where I made a little udon script that generates a world. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So if I go to my generator, I should be able to regenerate it. So isn't that cool? So I was thinking about setting something up like this um, uh, for VRChat. So it'd be like a little D&D map people can make really easily. Zaza. And then I should be able to just swap out any sort of prefab I want into these spots. Um, like the little white sticks are supposed to be like trees and stuff, or little shrubs, and then I can swap these out for whatever sort of tiles I want, which is cool. Which is cool. Just whoa, cool. Oh, thank you, Sky. Just popping in for a second, but man, I wish I had a generate like this for tabletop sim. Well, you can do a lot of tabletop stuff in VRChat, but my goal is to start moving all of my D&D related stuff into public worlds for VRChat. So, millennial laugh. uh, is it be on a table in VRC, or is it a whole world? It is actually a whole world. So, let me. So you can see my guy. This is me here, the guy, and I can walk around. Stiff. For some reason, I can't jump though. I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, I have to change the world settings, but jump, jump, jump. Should be in here somewhere. Spawns, this, that, the other thing. Where's my jumping? Oh! Plan on making interactions in world. I I'm not entirely sure. I think I just want to make like a very simple bad map generator, something with like maybe like a dungeon generator. Put that online, see what people want out of it, or put that on a public world, and then kind of go from there. Oh, that felt weird. Crunchy neck. Um, uh, yeah. So I'm gonna start moving these things in there. Didn't know you made worlds. I don't necessarily make worlds, but I do mess around with the udon scripting. But I am gonna start making worlds because I want to establish bigger presence in VRChat. Um, so I'm gonna try this stuff, this thing. I don't know. I can't jump though. Oh, doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. That was really all I wanted to do today was update everything so I have access to it. And I actually made a really cool uh, project. Let me show you all. I think it's in here. Maybe not. Maybe not. This is a very old project. This one. Just a world with a bunch of random stuff. Okay, that was not it. House assets. Yeah, okay, here we go. So I made this, I'm worried every time you do that, be careful. Just die. Sorry, that's morbid, but yeah, I made, so this is some D&D testing. This is a mirror here, but it has a gap, but little house that I made, which is fun. Just testing out like more. Again, I really, my hope is that with chat, I can put together some D&D, or not D&D, but role-playing system world, so we can go in and do Dungeons and Dragons type stuff together. I think that'd be really, really fun. One of my worlds I made nearly 60,000 visits. Let's go. That's awesome, Chip. But yeah, I've made these rulers too. So these rulers are kind of interesting. So hopefully it works. I haven't. Skyfire Tailspin. I can't believe I lost 5 days of work for no reason. I was updating and testing, but somehow it corrupted. Do you know anything about device switch or somewhat that kind of error? Did you switch to, did you try uploading a quest avatar? Well, no, you're in a world. Is this a world project or an avatar project? Yeah, I got these dogs. Got these doggos, and I can switch to a player role by going over here. Or DM role? I think. One of them should let me grab them. Oh yeah, right here. DM role. Give me the DM role. Okay. So then I go over here and I can move the dog around. And I can pick them up, move them around. And this way you can pose like an enemy or something in D&D, which I thought was cool. World project. Most likely you can save your work. So if you really needed to make a new project, what you'd want to do is take your assets, so everything in your assets folder, and you can just export that as a Unity project and then import it into a new project. Or I would recommend taking only exactly what you need into a new project with a Unity package, and that would be a good way to test. Without seeing your project, I can't say for sure, but it's not too bad to make a new project. Just go to Creator Companion, pop in there, create a new project. You also should check your this stuff right here. So even right now, the one I'm in at the moment does need an update. So double check that the stuff you're looking at on your project requires an update. That's very cool. Thank you, Sky. Thank you. Hey, Sam, just wondering what your specs are on your PC. I just installed my 32 gigabyte RAM that I got today. It looks cool with the RGB. I do have RGB RAM as well. And it's also 32 gigs. I don't know what DDR though. I've got 32 gigs RAM, a 2070 graphics card, pretty sure, and a i7 CPU. I'm not 100% sure on the CPU though. Yeah, I figured this would be a fun way to make enemies. Oh, also the ears flop. And the tail too, actually. Or does it flop? Yeah, it does. And then this was my little flying machine, but I'm not going to mess around with that right now. I lost a tree. There should be a tree right here. What was the other thing I could do? Oh yeah, the rulers. Yeah, that's right. So I can roll a die. Oh yeah, I just add them and then roll all dice. Pretty cool. Roll. It's okay. I can summon a ruler here, and these rulers are interesting because I can set, so it's like a cone, right? And then I can set what type of ruler it is. So now it's a cube. I can also increase the size, and you can see where it intersects with stuff, which is even cooler. So I kind of plot out. Set, oh wait, exactly. Got a Ryzen 5 3600 6 cores and an RTX 2060. Okay, it sounds pretty similar to me. then we're probably in roughly the same ballpark then. Here's a sphere. Sphere. And I can adjust the brightness and the saturation. And I can unsummon it to get it out of here. Have you ever played the miniature Dungeons and Dragons? Is it an official Dungeons and Dragons thing? Tactical game? I don't think so. I don't think so. There are quite a few resources out there for playing D&D on your in VR and somewhat VR, but I really prefer the idea of using VRChat. Hello, Vidya. Yes, yeah. This is actually a world I made a while back. I didn't release it because it is unfinished, um, but it's for D&D and stuff. D&D and stuff. Um, but the I really like the idea of using VRChat and VR social platforms for D&D because everyone can be their own character. I think the biggest bummer with a lot of D&D things and stuff like that is just you can't be your character. You can't actually be. You have to you have to compromise on like the most essential part. Well, maybe essential to me. Um, Now we got this in. I am going to switch back to working on Vale now because I just wanted to update that project and we'll return to it a little later. In VR is next gen. I agree. But specifically VRChat because that allows the creativity of people to come out and it's exciting. I want to see more D&D campaigns in VR. In VRChat specifically. Well, I'm interested if you're looking for players. So my goal is to do a test, like battle map testing. So for for the generated world, and also just to see what how quickly we could play, what the pace is, if there's anything I would need to do. But that's the plan. That is the plan. Excuse me. Close, close enough to the plan. Something like a plan. Something resembling a plan. All right, we're not a cube. But yes, I will definitely just to clarify as well. I really want to play D&D in VR with chat. So definitely, I'll be talking about it a lot here, trying to bring people in and like doing more collaborative projects with chat with the community because I think there's personally what I believe is that the future of all gaming is something like D&D uh, in VR. But that's just my opinion, man. So it's got like a little curve. Never played D&D or seen gameplay of it. Okay. It's very straightforward in a sense. Um, Basically just a bunch of people sitting around telling a story together. So it's like, oh, I want my character to do this. If you've played video games, then you have a pretty good idea of how D&D works. It's not if you played any sort of RPG, then you do have a pretty good understanding of D&D, even if you haven't played it before, because so much of like Dark Souls and all these games is very similar. Oblivion, Skyrim, all of these things are very inspired by D&D. Um, so if you played those, then I would say you most likely have a good idea. Add it on the curve mod. Interesting. it wants to stretch it. I don't want it to stretch. Okay, then we'll just put the cursor right here and then selection to cursor. Little curly cues. Like a dark and darker. Very, very simple. But Dragon Age, more of like tactical style games. That's kind of what D&D feels like. But it's good stuff. It is very good stuff. I think compared to a lot of I even realized recently it's like I actually like playing D&D over watching a movie. And I thought that was an interesting point to be at cuz like I'd rather play D&D than watch a movie. And it's interesting. It's like where maybe it's a sad state of affairs for movies these days, but all right, there we go. The braid does look quite a bit thicker at the top, so let's adjust that. Then can I use extrusion on it? No, that doesn't do anything. Okay. All right, she's looking really good. Looking really good. There's some gaps between the braids right here that we'll want to close up. And then for the back of the head, probably want something like this. All right, this annoys me, but every world I put the least effort into gets the most views. Like, what? I have found a similar thing. I don't know what it is. I think it's just whatever is a little bit easier to communicate. Whatever that you have to have like stuff, the quality of like easy to understand for things that become popular. It's like if it takes time to for people to get, then I think uh, it is harder for that thing to become popular. But at least good for. Also, if you want to see gameplay of tabletop games like D&D, you can check my channel. Heck yeah. Yeah, Era does a D&D stream every Saturday. And you're doing another stream now too? Or you're part of another stream? Pathfinder. Pathfinder. No, it's good. I don't have any preference. I did actually start with Pathfinder though. I don't remember much about it, but that was my first RPG experience. Da, da, da. Like one of my first ever worlds got 27,000 visits within a couple of weeks. And I mean, it was like a chill room. Wasn't even good 3D modeling either. Well, don't discount the meaning others find in your work. You know, what may not be as important to you could be very important to the people that are finding your work. And it could give you clues as to how you could make your next thing popular or get a good reception. Hello, Jay. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. How goes your day? Your day, Jay. I think it's all about the picture, like what gets the attention most, I'd say. Like the thumbnail image for your world. But yes, I run Pathfinder bi-weekly and I'm in two other stream games on another channel where we use a custom system that he's building. Oh, very cool. Currently Thursdays and Fridays. Interesting. Back to back days? Interesting. Oh, but they're separate games. Gotcha. I had this idea yesterday. Make a VR, make it a VRC world with twisted metal game, but also deathmatch co-op. Ooh, very satisfying. I like that a lot. My day, Jay, goes good. How's your day? It's going well. Well, I'm caffeinated, ready for the day. Just clickbait some kids, basically. I mean, that's modern world. Right? I'm a TTRPG addict. It's in my blood. It's in my blood. Okay, I think that hair looks pretty good. Just got an ad. um, but yeah, I fucking twisted metal game for VRChat would be sweet. That'd be really really cool, honestly. You can even do like a RC car version where you're standing, instead of like being in the car, you're like standing. Um, I mean, both would be fun though. I did love Twisted Metal. That was a good one. Hello, Webster. Welcome. You have a driver and a shooter. Ooh, co-op. Smart. I see what you mean by the deathmatch co-op now. Yeah, that would be. I would say that'd be pretty popular. If only VRChat had low latency. Though. JW, hello, hello, hello. Welcome. I think the body looks pretty good. Claws feel a little too thick. How's your day going so far? It is going very well, very well. I just transferred my D&D project over and to 2022, and so that'll be something I'll be messing around with in the coming weeks. I'm very excited about it. I was just chatting with chat about it, chatting with chat, discussing. chatting with chat. That doesn't sound right. Chatting with cat. Something like that. But how's your day going? The belly needs a bone for physics. It's true. It's true. Belly fizz. Belly fizz. Give me the belly bones. Yeah, I'm hoping to have a slider for most things: thighs, stomach, tummy, breasts, tail. So it should be a pretty fully featured avatar. Just need to get over the driving nausea, though. It is amazing to me how uh, in games you can do things like just like normal games. Like growing up playing console games and stuff, it's like you do all this crazy stuff. And you're like, oh man, I'd love to do that in VR. And then you do it in VR, and you're like, wow, I'm nauseous. uh, that that winded me. This is some sort of uncanny valley for VR experiences. Apologies for working on the groin, but we gotta do it. Gotta do it. It's important stuff. By the way, Sam, whenever you do swap Arabane, let me know so I can drop a link to your stream for anyone who wants to watch. I will. I will. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can send that to me on Discord now, just so I have it ready whenever I do. Arctic, hello. Good morning, Arctic. Good morning. Otherwise, I'll probably forget, or I may forget to warn you or give you a heads up. The your stream link. Oh, sorry, you're saying I drop a link to my stream for your friends. Gotcha, gotcha. Sorry, I misinterpreted. Or for your chat. I see now. Knuckles. Knuckles are not that pronounced. Yeah, if I will drop a link to your stream to my Discord so folks can come watch you work if they want. Gotcha, gotcha. Perfect. That will work out nicely. My 9-year-old sister wants to make a VR game like Gorilla Tag only because I gave her my old PC. Hey, that's awesome. I personally think VR for education, or sorry, games for education is the best education. Definitely, definitely encourage her game making so she can share in the frustration of making games. Bam. Okay. That looks like a nice hand. She has been obsessed with PC ever since I gave it to her. It's her birthday soon, so me and my mom are redoing her room to a gaming room. Aw, that's charming. That is charming. So often I just hear the opposites, like kids can't play games, or just the knee jerk reaction so many parents have to video games these days. That's good to hear, especially if she's getting encouraged to make games. That's cool. I like that. I'm a big fan of that. Heck yeah! Nurture that baby nerd. Nurture? Nurture. Here in the chat, we nurture. Let's turn up the remesh. 0.001. All right. So I need to look at the side of my hand. Perfect. Okay. Hands. Ooh, I should do a hand tutorial soon. I should do a hand tutorial. Okay. Awesome. I feel like I need some better reference for how this hand should look. I really want to push the quality of my work, so we're gonna kind of cheat a little bit. She's really good at Gorilla Tag. Like, I'm actually surprised how good she is. And bro, I play competitive VR games all the time. I tried Gorilla Tag once, and I almost threw out my elbow because I'm just too old for that. It's funny because I feel like that game, once you reach a certain, your body reaches a certain age, it's just like it's actually hard on your body. Well, maybe I was just out of shape at that time, but I was struggling. Like, just couldn't push off the ground right. It was difficult. Really don't like Gorilla Tag. It just feels so weird. It's definitely strange. I think whoever, kids growing up playing Gorilla Tag are gonna have such a good understanding of 3D space. Like, there'll just be this innate 3D mapping that they have going on in their brain. But yeah, I really struggled with Gorilla Tag. I really struggled with it. Also, ArtStation is going so slow for some reason. I want to see. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Right, so here's a tracer. I can't see that hand. Professional one. Perfect. Show me your hands, Brig. Oh, you're wearing gloves. Bullshit. Bullshit. Just really want to see a good sculpture of. Okay, millennial. How dare you, Evan? I put the VR on my mom and I put her in a boxing ring and throw off the fight. And she was hilarious. She's a really good fighter, also black belt in judo. She even tried to kick him. 10 seconds before she kicks a wall. Sorry, I can actually put this over here. I'm trying to find a good reference for a hand. So I like looking at Overwatch sculptures because they usually have really, really good sculpting. She was mega close to the TV too. I found that if I'm in a really crowded space, I like putting down like a yoga mat so that I can stand. And man, they all wear gloves. It's bullshit. Let's look up stylized hand. Amount of times I tried learning, leaning on stuff in VR to fix my socks or whatever, brain really doesn't differentiate between VR and reality that well. No one can do hands and put gloves on. You might be onto something there. You might be onto something there. Okay, let's look up. Let's do a slightly different search. I'm gonna go to Pinterest and look up cute hand. I really want to see the palm of the hand, or let's say hand reference. Okay. Mm. Do they have paw pads? That's a good question. I don't see any in these reference images, but I may make some as an optional one. Don't you have hands? I do. They're a little crusty though. I got all these calluses and stuff. I was more hoping to find a good sculpture for hands. Yeah, this is good. So I want to see how other artists sculpt hands. That's more my. I want to see how to stylize them. That's really what my thought process is. How do I stylize the hand? I want to make it go. I can only do robot hands, and those are quite simple. Just ball jointed doll hands. There we go. That's too much. That's too much. I need. Okay. And the problem with using my hands as reference is that I have big hands. And so it's hard to like if someone had small hands like a this character here, it's like I think sometimes I make the hands too long. That's looking a little bit better, a little bit more stylized. Actually, I wonder if I could just go to Sketchfab and do Overwatch. Do they have the Overwatch models on Sketchfab? Looks weird. Is that the actual Junkrat or someone's take on him? This looks like a fan recreation. Does not look like the real deal. Big hands, you say? You must have a big set of gloves. Big feet, big hands. Big farts. That's how you know. How you know. It annoys me that a match weight spread around, spread the with weight spread across two bones just squishes and deforms instead of following the rotation. It means adding so many extra bones to have that you have to slap constraints on. Squishes and deforms instead of following the rotation. Junkrat! Indeed, the rat. But instead, we're going to look at Diva. Because I'm pretty sure this is the actual in-game model. Show me your hands! I can't zoom. These tell me nothing. Actually, no, it's still good to look at. Interesting. Rather defined knuckle. And then this is straight. There's no curve on this second joint. Just straight, 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 straight. Okay. Like elbows, for example. Gotcha, gotcha. Without twist bones for elbows, wrists, you get the candy wrapper effect on the arms. It's true. And it's funny because it's a little deceptive in Blender because sometimes when you add the armature, it gives you the like if I add an armature here, it has this preserve a volume option, which oftentimes it turns on by itself, and so you don't actually know how it's going to behave in Unity. It's awful. Okay, I think we're doing pretty good then. I feel like mine's decently close. The knuckles, okay, well here's what I see that's a little different on mine is that the hand curves in like this. We have this nice slope there. I just want to rotate. Just want to rotate, please. It's a nice swoop. And then the thumbnail is to the side, but following the same angle. So if we look at it again, you see the angle of the fingers is the same angle as the thumb right here. Okay, good to know. And the thumb also attaches right where the wrist ends. So the thumb comes in here and it goes right to the wrist. Okay, good. Good stuff. Which is what I have here. Okay. And then this also tapers in. Doop, tapers in this way. So it's kind of coming together. All right. My eyeball. IK why hands are hard to draw when they're attached to you as a great reference law. Hey, if AI has a hard time with it, you know, it's just a generally hard thing. Apparently. Oh, this is interesting. It's interesting. We have this flat edge here, but then as I turn it, the pad of the thumb kind of pops out. So this is a little bit more like, oh, it's so laggy all of a sudden. Hello, Chava. Welcome. Welcome. It's a little bit more like this. How's your day going, Chava? Hopefully it is going well. We're working on some hands right now. Looking up some reference for the character here. I think hands are one of those things I'll probably spend the rest of my life still trying to get right. I don't think I'll ever just feel like, ah, yes, I perfectly know how that works. It'll never happen. Another difference with my hand here is I have a much more outward angle. Oh my god, why is it so? Is it lagging or is it just me? Or it's like snapping. Close, reopen Blender. Is my stream lagging at all? Okay, that's better. Weird. That was really weird. Then we got this kind of angle here. So a little bit more like that. Little nubbin. But my day is going well. Thank you for asking, Chava. We just moved over an older project of mine into and updated it. So we're going to be working on some D&D related stuff soon. We'll be doing some projects together. Us and chat. Well, that's cool. To refine your old project. Yes, yes, I'm quite excited. There's one where I made like a generator for a dungeon. So you can just hit a button and it'll generate a bunch of tiles for you. Oh, now it's starting to lag again. It's weird. It feels like the input is just really delayed or something. I don't know. I feel like I'm clicking something and then I'm in this other mode. Weird. Anyway, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. It's going to be really fun to make more. I don't know. I've had the itch to make D&D VR projects for so long, but now I actually have. I'm in a good position where I feel like I can push into it and actually make something out of it. Because now that I know I can make products that people want, I think I can do all this D&D stuff and release them for people to download. Which will be good. Or purchase, I should say. Not just download, purchase. Because I'd love to be able to do that full time. Yeah, how cool would it be to do D&D full time? On Sketchfab or Gumroad. I will most likely release the what I'm describing on Gumroad because it's more of a VRChat. It'll be less. It'll be more like a tool than a 3D model. But you'll see. I'll show it off on the Discord and stuff, and once I take some time to do that. All right, that's looking a lot better. That's looking a lot better. Oop. What's interesting too is how big the hands are relative to the palm. Like, if the fingers are straightened out, then this would be very even distances right here. Bow, bow, bow. So how even is this one? There's also doop, doop, doop. 1, 2, 3. And it did it again. It's something about Sketchfab. Working in Sketchfab and then switching back to Blender breaks my input. Oh well. So what we're going to do with our fingers is just rotate them a little. Move them down. A little bit more like that. They still feel a little big. Does Sketchfab have hotkeys that will always work even when the window is minimized? It's a good question. I'm not sure how I'd test that, but it does have a very similar way of working as what I'm doing here with the rotating and stuff. So I think there's some conflict happening. So I use now also Blender 3.6. Blender 4.0 doesn't work properly. Oh, interesting. Are you? Is there something weird about 4.0 that's making it difficult? Or what kind of a problem are you encountering? May hijack inputs. I think it is. I do think it is. It's holding on to it somehow. And I don't like that. I don't like that. There we go. Something like this. Sometimes it gets stuttering if I rig a model. Interesting. Are you using, what modifiers do you have on your model? Do you have a just an armature modifier? Is it only an armature modifier? Yes, armature, because I'm learning how to rigify. Interesting. What's the vertex count? It shouldn't be lagging that badly. A lot of times, if I put a triangulate modifier on my rig, it will slow down quite a bit. So if you're using your rig with other modifiers, that can really slow things down for sure. If you're using multiple modifiers. But of course, it's time for dad jokes. Well, hello, burnt toast gay. Welcome. How burnt is your toast? Do I like bread? Maybe. Sometimes. Trying to avoid carbs. But yes, I do like bread. I like the taste of bread. Maybe I have to reinstall software. I'd be surprised, but potentially just making sure you have the latest version of Blender 4.0 might fix it, or I'm not sure. That is surprising to hear that it's so laggy though, because that's such a common modifier for it to be struggling with. Well, either way, Blender, I mean, I'm working on Blender 3.6, so if you have a version of Blender that works for you, then perfect. I guess you could say you loaf it. Where do fruits go on vacation? Paris. My goodness. My goodness. What site are you looking at right now? Dadjokes.com. What did the wall say to the other wall? I'll meet you at the corner. Let's look at the bottom here. Boom. So we get this kind of nice bump here. It comes in, we got the pad for the thumb, then we got the pad for the pinky, and it comes into this nice diamond shape, square diamond shape, which I like. I know only 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. Don't know why. My goodness. My goodness. All right. Oh, and it still broke it. Must be Chrome. All right, I'm going to go to the restroom very quickly. I'll be right back in just one moment. BRB, everyone. One moment. All right, we're back. We're back. Okay. Closed Sketchfab. So now things should be working. We need to straighten out this part here. Yeah. Yeah. How do I import higher quality images in Unity, by the way? Um, so Unity, well, first you have to export a high res image, but then once you're in Unity, there are settings for images. So if you click on an image, I'm going to go ahead and load it up. But if you click on image in the inspector, you can see that Unity automatically resizes and compresses your images, and it you can tweak those settings. So oftentimes when I import my images, they're automatically either scaled up or scaled down to 2048. It's a very common resolution. Um, and then you can turn that up. I always, especially for avatars, I always change the image compression to high quality. It makes such a difference. You don't even notice it quite at first until you do it. With those, like, especially on normal maps, you'll see a lot of like tiny little squares or like kind of like a they look pixelated in a way, and that's from the compression. It's literally like YouTube compression artifacts, because it's doing something pretty similar there. But I'm loading up Unity and I can show you. I'm not too worried about the thumb here. This little bump, I'm gonna have to, once I apply all the fingers, I'll get rid of that little tumor. Tumor. Da na na na, da na na, da na na na. Yeah, so for images, um, so for example, for my imp here, If I go to the textures, I need to rename these, but that's okay. You can see that here we have the image settings. So I always switch the compression to high quality. For for avatars, usually I leave things at 2048 unless I know for sure I need it to be higher resolution. One of the main ranking metrics is, where is it? Texture memory usage right here. So that's really what you want to keep in mind. The higher resolution, the more texture memory usage is going to be eaten up. Yeah, this is generally what I do. Max size, and you can switch it to any of these that you want. Of course, you'll see that it's blurrier, obviously, but anyway, yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Guess who just rolled up? Guess who just rolled up? There she is. There she is. Look at that. Look at that little kitty cat. Oh, look, you're falling. You're falling. Oh. Where are you going? She's running. Arrived just in time. Hello, Draw. Welcome. She's hiding now. What are you doing? Come here. You want to look out the window? Oh. Kitty! It's cute. Well, thank you, Test. Fluffy cat, so cute. Oh, I'm gonna lose him. She wants to look out the window now, though. She's being upset. You're a very patient cat. It's true. It's true. Well trained. I just beat her up so much. Just swing her by her teeth. Oops. Don't worry, she likes getting beaten up. She's a massa cat. Massa cat. Like a masochist. Anyway. All right. I think I got to stop working on the hand now. Too much stuff. Okay. So what we'll do now is we're going to start combining all the different pieces of the body together. So for example, all of our fingers, we're going to first make single user object data, and that's going to let me work on them as separate objects as you may have expected. Now I can flatten this thing back into the body. And we can kind of work on that thumb a little bit. Okay. Then take all of these and this and combine them. Oops. Before I do that, take our nails, Alt-P, clear parent, and keep transform. Then we do the thing I said. Combine, Control A, all transforms. And we'll see how this remesh goes. I expect that I'll have some problems right in there. In fact, let me back up a second. Let's try that again. Oh, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay. Now for some cleanup. Cute little fluffers on the shins. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm excited how those are going to come out. We'll probably do those next, actually. Mesh those into the leg. So right now they're separate objects, but soon they will be one. Soon they will be one. But hey there, also Draw, hello, welcome. Been a few days. How's your spring break going? Hi, going pretty good. That is good to hear. Maxin, relaxin. The ideal vacation. Someone else was on a vacation recently too. I don't remember who. Was it Evan? Evan went on a vacation as well. So many vacations. I guess it is the season for it. And the weather is amazing right now, at least here. That's a little overcast today, but it's been good. Sadly, not lol. Okay, well, someone else would. Someone else on vacation then. Not yet. Not yet. You're not yet on vacation. Oh, she's on the move. Skyfire. Thanks, by the way, for the tips you've been giving. I'm working my furry fandom virtual office. Oh, very cool. But honestly, can't decide. Do I make modeling in Blender or Unity? I like Blender mostly. What do you think about it? Depends on what you mean by that. Is your final product to make something inside of VRChat? If so, I would definitely prefer modeling in Blender. It has a lot more options. And there's a lot more workflows you can use. If you're modeling in Unity, there are some tools for that, but generally you're a little more limited in what you can do. Oh, definitely Blender. Definitely Blender. Unity is not a modeling software. You can do a bit of it with some certain add-ons, but um, it's not necessarily meant for that. Usually in like video game productions, uh, the artists are working in Blender or Maya or Houdini and these other modeling softwares. They're specifically modeling softwares, and then they just bring everything into Unity afterwards or Unreal or whatever their end goal is. Um, Reminds me of people making actual art in PowerPoint and Excel. Yes, definitely has a bit of that vibe. It's like you can do it, but do you want to? um, yeah, I would very much recommend modeling in Blender. There might be a little bit more to learn in some ways, but either way, you're gonna have to encounter the. In Blender, you can solve issues that you just wouldn't be able to in Unity. All right, looks pretty good. Hand sculpted. Now let's work our way up the arm onto the forearm. Yeah, have Maya been a while on PC, but I've been using Blender most. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Unity is awesome, um, but it doesn't compare to Blender Maya when it comes to modeling. When it comes to modeling. All right, I think I got a good idea of what we need to do for the arm. We don't have to get too complicated with it, but implying some understanding of musculature will help. It's a terrible reference image. Terrible. Okay, this is what we're looking at. The bottom of the arm has got this little wedge shape, and then it's very flat here. Ignore the tendons. I'm not going to model the tendons. And then from the side, you get this very much a V shape. So don't have to play it up too much because different body type here, but something like that go a long way. And then the elbow. little bit more like that. Okay. All right. And then the arm fills in this spot. Kind of like this. Hello, Vicky Edits. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. We're working on this VRChat avatar right now. That's so strong. Why is the strength just like ginormous? Do you have like pre-made body shapes that you sculpt each time, or you do new ones each time? I have a base avatar that is just like the general shapes, but they don't have any sort of anatomy to them. They're just stretched spheres in the place of everything. But I do prefer to sculpt from scratch pretty much every time. I've just found that when I use pre-made things, I still end up doing a pretty similar amount of work trying to get it to all come together in the end. So certainly there's a lot to say for finding workflows that work for you. And if having like if you are doing if I was doing a bunch of the same character all the time, then I would definitely or a very similar body type. Like if I was doing thoughts all the time, then I would probably use a female base for it. Yep. But generally the furries vary a lot in shape and size. This is cute. Thank you, Draw. Thank you. Yeah, I like how she's coming out. This is a collaboration with me and Lindy. So I'm going to be doing the VRChat avatar side of things, and Lindy's going to be doing the Unity side of things, which is fun. The VRChat wizard, indeed. Yeah, he does some good work. His boob's in the way. Actually, I do want to that right there. Get out of here, booba. Masculine version? Well, at least no booba version. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of when I was working more with subdivision bases. It's like if you've made a base avatar a few times, then you pretty much know what you're going to be doing. Like, it takes a similar amount of time to create a base avatar as it does to make an avatar as it does to take a base and manipulate it to work to do what you want. In my opinion. is that one so strong? I think I messed up something here. Space. There we go. I love collarbones. Or, not collarbones. What are these called? These bones. Well. Shoulder blades? Shoulder blades. There we go. I know anatomy. But we won't make them too pronounced. I may make a version that doesn't have any shoulder blades at all. Do you know any sites for free bases without rigs / hair for furry models? Gumroad is a great site. Let's see. Base avatar. I believe I should be able to sort this by price. Maximum price, 0. Oh, I didn't put that on the main camera. Minimum price, 0. Huh. Maybe not. I kind of expected to see some, but I don't see any free bases here. There's a free squirrel avatar. There's a few. There are a few out there. If you search through Gumroad, I can't put this search on here, but there are some free base avatars if you search. K Darts Deer. It's very stylized. Meg the Mouse. I think this is all the same creator, actually. Rice Baller 3D. Yeah, they have a VRChat anime base. Free. Let's see. Free furry base avatar. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so just about to suggest Rice Baller. I beat you to it, Draw. Beat you up. But yeah, so let me share this. Are you in my Discord, Skyfire? But I can share this link. There's nothing about safe work here. You beat me up. I pasted a link in chat there, and I'll paste it in Discord too. But that should work nicely. Let's say good furry bases. All right. But there's definitely some out there. Take some searching. I don't have any to personally recommend, but there are a lot out there. And then there's probably better ones that you can get for like $5 to $3. And I don't mean better in the sense of quality, just more features and more to it. You know, there's a lot of good quality avatars out there for free. Not trying to imply a lack of quality. How could you say Draw is so swag. Yeah, Evan Hort is so right. Boom. Beat up my cat, beat up my chat. I guess I should sculpt the body a good base without the chest. So we'll just do this really quick. Get in some nice torso details. It's so funny. I have this huge tablet and I really only draw in like a half dime size spot. Turn on the VTuber thing so I can throw things at you. Lost so many hours of work yesterday, forgot to click on transparency on my renders. No! That's awful. Relatable, but awful. 1 second, y'all. Okay, there we go. Alright, should be active now. Throwing enabled. Hey, but I got my sound was off. How dare you confetti me? Also, if I missed any notifications out there, I'm sorry. I did have my sound off, so my apologies out there. Hopefully there wasn't anything that I missed, but I am prone. Hey. That was good timing. Now I'm the one getting beaten up. What? Well, they're just over there. What are those? Are those like pies? It must have been pizzas or something. Watch me dodge all of those. You thought you could beat me up. Little did you know. You can't. Little did you know. Guys, he's literally crazy. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right, male chest. Bazongas. Okay. For some reason the shoulders are bothering me again. Damn it. They look good from here. Something about this right here. just needs a better smooth right there. It's a commercial collab. Where is the ref from? Lindy commissioned the artist Paggy. Actually, we'll combine these two first. Oh, I am hungry. I am hungry. Mesh. Remesh. It's so wild to me, like, when people listen to, like, do like a Zoom meeting or something. And this is not, my brother does do a lot of Zoom meetings, but this is not about him. I can hear it like 3 houses over, someone on a phone call. Hello, Mizune. Welcome. Welcome. Then I'm actually going to make a backup copy before I merge the arm because I don't like yow. Yow. Look, we even got the rendered version. So look, coming together. Making it work. All right, let's set the transform. Oh, it's just lift. Okay, that's fine. And then we will merge the hand with this. A yeehaw. I don't know what you're yeehawing about. I don't know what you're yeehawing about. That's a lie. I do have some idea. Just an occasional lurker. Well, welcome. Appreciate you coming by, Mizune. And I appreciate you lurking. Yahweh. Nahweh. What? The many forms of Hui. The many forms. You do you like VRChat then, Mizune? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. It's a requirement. If you had said no, I would have banned you. I'm totally joking. Are y'all speaking Texan? I mean, very Israeli form of Texan. Yahweh. Soften the knuckles a little. They just look a little messed up. Don't play it but once. It reaches full dive level. I'm never leaving. Well, good. We'll get there someday together. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, apparently there is some company that is looking to create a full brain interface that's non-invasive and that stimulates your neurons using ultrasound. Um, and they can do really deep neural stimulation. It's getting developed for people who need it, people with Parkinson's, epilepsy, that kind of thing. Um, but I want it so I can go into VR. Open Boy? Open BCI. I read that as Open Boy. Alongside Valve. That would be cool. The Galea project. I don't think it's Galea. I don't think it's Galea. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. It was some headline I saw recently. Are you talking about full dive VR? We are indeed. We're diving into that conversation. We're getting there. Someday soon. Ish. Soonish. Sword Art Online soon. It's funny. I love VR. I love anime. I have not seen Sword Art Online. You seen the Galea Ultimate teaser? No, I have not. I will check that out right now. Ooh, recently. It's a recent video. Mm, interesting. Very cool. Very cool. I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. Well, season one is def worth it. I'm okay. Well, I will check it out. Oh, gee. Say it soon. Sao soon. Also, Faradis, thank you for the follow. I missed that. That was like an hour ago. Thank you for the follow. I'm just addicted to the concept despite having barely touched VR. Well, if you are very interested in that kind of stuff, you've probably already, if you know Galea, then you've probably already listened to these, but you should look up the interviews with Gabe Newell. Um, like the last three interviews he's done, he's talked about brain interfaces every single time, which is super interesting. Also, I had no idea how fucking rich Gabe Newell is. Like, I, I knew he was rich, but I didn't realize he was like that rich. It's pretty mind blowing how much money he has. And whatever heat technology he's looking at is probably like Gray Newell too. Seen them multiple times. Me too. I always rewatch them. I'm like, is there anything I missed last time? Give me brain interfaces. Oh, he prints money for sure. Yeah, yeah. One of the biggest money trees ever. Steam. Steam. I want it. I want it now. I have a problem. I mean, it sounds like we share it. At least 1% of his bank account comes from my unplayed Steam library. Curse you, winter discounts, or what is it? The some sort of summer sale or something. The addiction. Man, I feel almost bad. I just don't play games as much as I used to, and I feel almost guilty. Almost. It's like I'm enjoying what I'm doing, but I feel like I've I've lost my gamer status. As I say as I play make stuff for video games, but Who's to say that's a status you wanted? But anyone wants, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Just not enough time. Trader! Please return your gamer card in the post. Gamer hit squad's gonna come up and shoot me. Gamer card revoked. All right, we're gonna combine the head and torso now. Oh. Oh. Big old beach balls. Time for a screen break. Gonna head off. See you all later. Sounds good, Arctic. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for hanging out. And we'll catch you tomorrow. Look forward to seeing more of your base avatar. Bye, Arctic. Bye. Used to play half of my life before deciding to become a furry artist and joining furry fandom. It was the best thing that happened to me. Well, good. Good. Now I need to combine the two. And furry games. Ow. Create furry games. Well, doing well. Hope you're doing well. We're working on Vale here. She's well, right now she's a torso, but look, gamer hit squad deal on beach balls. All is well. That is good to hear. It's good to hear. I'm getting beat up here, guys. You gotta eat the beach balls as they fly as me. Fly at me. Fly as me. Assets. That's one way to put it. But it's a collab, so I'll be making this avatar available on my Gumroad in like probably 2 weeks or so. How dare you? I'm just getting the shit beaten out of me. Holy crap. Holy crapola. Bam, bam, bam. All right, that neck looks a lot better. Go back out here. Save. What happened to our eyebrows? Right. They are using a shrink wrap for the body. Boom. Do I use a stylus? Yes. Yes, I'm using a Gaumon tablet. M10K Gaumon. I don't think they make this one anymore. There's the latest version. This is like an Intuos knockoff. But it's funny because I have this huge tablet, but I only draw right here, in this one spot. I don't even use the rest of the tablet. You can see it's all scratched up. All beat to hell in that one spot. Next time I get a tablet, it's going to be very small. Like, what's the point? It looks bad. It looks way worse in the reflection. And there's no scuff mark. It's just like greasy. Yeah, like I don't really feel it. Oh, it is actually just grease. Let me wipe that down. That's nice. It's a greasy tablet. There, it looks a little better now. Looks a little better. My finger grease accumulated. Yeah, it actually doesn't look indented at all now. Gross. I had no idea. It's like a control, right? It's like the seams on my controller after you've used it for like 2 or 3 years. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go pick up your mouse or controller and look at the grease, the seams. I've been having Huon Camp 13 around 2023. Okay, heck yeah. There's a lot of good options now. Back when I was getting in art and stuff, shows once a week, make sure you keep it clean. Look, guys, Drawing sobriety. Let me do this again. What is it? I gotta get the reflection. What? It's stuck on something. I can't do it. There we go. Now it's clean. Why can't I get this into frame? That's where the smudge was, right there. Wool kicks, hello. As a child, that thing was my dream. If I made a application where you could use your VR headset as a tablet, like you put on your headset and you have a virtual tablet using your controller, buy it. Hello, Rashad Z. Are all the messages joined together? Not yet, not yet. Who made the concept art? It is Paggy. Paggy art. Um, yeah, I remember my very first tablet was just this little square one, a little bamboo stylus, and um, that must be why I draw so small. Hold it up again, Sam. I can wash it for you. Yeah, get it, get it. Oh, gross. Why was it green? Sam shows off a huge pile of grease on tablet on stream. I know. I didn't notice till I started mushing it around. My stylus looks fine. It's just the tablet. Oh, it's just so silly. Yeah, I can't help it. Can't help it. It's a default setting for me. But so Rashad, your question. I am currently in the process of merging these all together. So, for sure, I'm God's. I mean, it wasn't. It looks like a lot more. It's literally just like a little smudge. It's like there's like a pile of grease on my tab. Gross. Hello, Zru. Welcome. And me. Yeah. Dead. All right. Yeah, so Rashad, I'm in the process of we just merged all the different hand pieces together and the torso and the head. So now we're going to work on merging the leg. Um, yeah. Yeah. But hello, Drew. I hope you're having a good day. Hope your stomach's feeling better. She cute. Thank you. Yeah. She's coming out really well. She got a boot. She got a tail. She got fuzzy legs. Actually, should I add fuzz anywhere else? That'll be easy to add later. But I am going to take the fuzz tufts, duplicate them, and move them to hidden. Because it'll be nice to have those later. I'm so much better. That is good to hear. I made a waffle. Oh, waffle from... Unless the waffle is something different. But a potato waffle? That sounds amazing. Oh, I'm trying to avoid carbs, but now I just want a pancake. Potato pancake. So I select them again, deselect these. Then we're going to do this. Like so. So we just have just the one side. I'm so much better at potato waffle. Oh, that sounds amazing. Amazing. My favorite comfort food meal, like if you go to like a classic diner here in America, the omelet with hash browns. So I just mush them all together. It's like a crunchy omelet, potato, hash brown thing, and oh, it's so good. It's so good. I'm going to hide this one. So I can take all of these, mesh them, combine them, and set them to 0. And then we'll add a mirror back. Okay, perfect. Then we'll remesh. I wanted hash browns, but I lost my grater. Did you go? Great. Oh, great. So I blended potatoes, squeezed all the water, added an egg, salt, and some starch. You gotta stop. I'm actually hungry now. I only have 40 minutes left. You're torturing me. Enter the waffle oven. You have a specific waffle oven? An oven just for waffles? All right, let's hit it with the mesh filter. Smooth it a little. And then we're going to go in with these to fill in these gaps. Nice. A noise. Oh, balls. I did. Okay, we got to back up. Gotta back up. We gotta go here. Wait. Okay, I see. Combine here. Make sure my scale is 0, and then remesh what's like this. Gotcha. Posted the waffle on general. Let's check it out. Time to scrutinize this waffle. My God. It's so small. That does look amazing, though. Why is it so small? Itty bitty. Potato waffle with pork stew. I definitely can sense that your stomach is feeling better if going in for a nice stew. To start gaming again, I suggest why playing Voices of the Void, slow burn, atmospheric, horish alien game, which kind of. And spoiler, there's a species of aliens game that's the kind we like. Gotcha. Interesting. Voices of the Void. Is it to scale? Just a itty bitty waffle. Brother, Sorry, Rashad. Voices of the Void. Pre-alpha. Ah. I have seen this pop up a few times, and I was always very intrigued by it, because it seems very much its own thing. It does look quite cool. It has 40 plus days and events, 150 possible signals, some Easter eggs, and secrets. Interesting. Okay. Can I say favorite this? I don't want to rate, just want to follow. Follow. There we go. Well, I will check that out. Still early access though, but it has a lot of potential. I've seen it pop up on my feed a few times, and it just seemed really fascinating. Maybe I'll play it on stream sometime. Or can I play it on stream? I would assume I can, but best to double check. All right, smooth that out. All right, so we're just going to go in and fill in these crevices so they're not quite as sharp. Bada boom, bada boom. Oh my God, there's a massive bug in my room. Free protein. I'm going to be absent for a bit. See you again. Draws off to fight a bug. Send in the hell divers. Dinner. Off to dinner? Oh, the bug. The bug, yes. Yes, crunchy, delicious protein. Wriggling protein. Some Gollum protein. All right, that looks pretty good. It's a little bit more smoothing out if we can. And fill that in. Alrighty. Okay, tokie. All right, 30 minutes left, and then I will be going on lunch. For anyone new here, I do break my day up into 2 streams. So we're on the first one right now. And yeah. Once we finish that, then I'll be back in about an hour after that. And thing, Rashad, you're asking about keeping them separate pieces. What's really nice about keeping them separate and then merging them together is it does actually create different face sets each time you do that. So if you're unfamiliar with face sets, oh, why can't I see them? I should be able to see them. Well, huh. I don't know why I can't see them. They're usually there. Is it changing color? I don't think so. Well, never mind. Maybe I have to do... There we go. Okay. Oh, JK. I thought it would. It's probably only on the first merge. No, it should keep them separate. Well, never mind. Ignore that. Some difference there than I thought. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a bunch of text messages right now. I need to look at them. There we go. Okay. Family stuff. Okay, let's smooth out the leg. After turning off the mirror mod because it's so slow. I wonder why the face sets aren't showing up. It's funny. A little different than I thought. Anyway. No. A little bit of banding here. Okay. Probably doesn't even show up on stream. Bam. All right. Excuse me. So I'm going to hide that leg. Now we're looking at a very weird view. And excuse me, but I am going to have to work on the groin a little bit. My apologies. I know it's awkward. I'm alive, though barely. Did you defeat your bug? Louise, hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Huh. Doesn't appear to be working properly. Alt and why isn't that working right? It's because this neuron activated. My brother got rid of him for me. A true hero. A true hero. So that you couldn't stream for this avatar? No. And it wasn't this avatar that I couldn't stream on. Oh, I see. Okay. Lump. The bug was on top of my phone charger. I just about to grab it before I even saw it. What kind of bug? Was it a friendly bug? It's just a little guy. Just a little dude. A little guy dude. All right. Here's our trick for making sure the butt isn't touching. We're just straight up going to cut the butt. Right there. Butt cut. All right. Turn this off, and we can go ahead and remesh. Giant stinky bug. I like stink bugs. They remind me of me. And let's fill in this. All right. Perfect. One-legged wonder. With a butt crack now. Perfect. All right. So we take the leg, and we go ahead and combine it with the butt. And then we'll remesh that. I mean, we may as well combine it with the whole body now. No, one at a time. One at a time. All right. And then we go in. We're going to remesh. No, we already remesh. Now we're going to fill in this little seam here. after we turn off the light. Working on butts is interesting because it's like you want a crease or a crevice of some sort, but it can't be enough that it gets baked into the texture, because then when the body deforms, it looks really odd. How did you manage to make it properly mirror on the left? Sometimes Blender doesn't duplicate the mesh both sides unless I'm doing the plane method. So my cheat is, because you can see my origin is not in center, the secret is to use an object. So I have a hidden object just in my hidden layer. It's just this empty object right here. And I'll do it for a few different things. In fact, I'm going to duplicate this and move it into the foot here. And then call this mirror foot. And this is usually what I do in order to kind of maintain good mirror positioning. And I'll just make an object for it. And then I keep it in a hidden collection, and I can just call on it whenever I want it. Oh, it's a foot. There's pseudo kid. Well, thank you, Rashad. It's just kind of a, and you can do that with a bunch of different things, because you can do a mirror with a mirror with a mirror. All have different mirror objects, and you can create kind of crazy compounding effects. Because like a lot of the times when I'm working on the foot, I'll have it mirror just locally, and then I'll have another mirror to flip it to the other side. And you can see that right here. We have a mirror here, and then a mirror here. The secrets to mirroring. All right. So now we're going to go into the torso, and we're going to carve out the butt crack a little bit more. Get this tail out of here. Okay, that looks good. Maybe a little bit further apart on the butt crack. They're most likely going to merge together. We'll see. We'll see. Let's go ahead and apply. And combine. And It's getting laggy now. Later today or some other time. Enjoy your food, and thank you for coming by. Have a good day. Good day. A buen dia. Okay, now we can go in. Actually, let's look at the butt crack. And it did not merge. Nice. That's awesome. That is good news for me. And we'll just kind of smooth out this part until we get a nice little curve there. Apologies for going on the groin, but we got to. My hope is by prefacing when I'm doing that I don't get banned. I mean, with what Twitch gets away with, I think I should be okay. I think I should be okay. All right. So now we've combined the different pieces together. What is our vertex count at? 10 million triangles. Awesome. No glaring issues that I see. The breast, how are we going to merge the breasts together? Because if we want to be able to swap them out, we'll need, I think what we'll do is we're going to create two versions of the body. We'll create one with the breasts, one without the breasts. I think that's the only thing that makes sense. Those thighs could kill a man. Good. Weaponized. A weaponized e-thought. Okay, I don't actually have to figure out the... Well, I do have to figure out the breast right now because we're going to make clothing, and the clothing has to wrap around the breasts. Challenging. It's always hard to think about something that's like 10 steps down the line. Like, how do I approach it in a way that lets me be flexible? Actually, let's make a backup copy. File, save copy. And we're going to call this mostly merged. Mostly merged. 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 Hello, Sneaky. Welcome. X Sneaky YY. Hello, welcome. Hi, Sam. How do you know if the avatar will be graphically demanding? If it will be laggy face count? That's a good question. So if you go to VRChat, they have a documentation here that gives you a good idea of what to shoot for when it comes to performance. So I'll copy this and paste that in chat right there. But they have a section just right here that goes over the kind of the polygon count, which is slightly different from the face count. Polygon means how many triangles are in there. Yeah, how many triangles are in there. So for every face, you have two triangles. Well, for every quad, you have two triangles. So there's a slight difference in count there, but this is what you're aiming for. That being said, most avatars are already past the 70,000. I would say that the maximum amount you'd want before you're just kind of killing people in the room you're in is about 200,000, which is way past this, but there are a lot of avatars in VRChat that have about that much, 200,000 more triangles. So I would look at this as kind of your a good guideline, and then depending on if you want to go past it, just know that maybe 200,000 is probably the maximum amount you'd want before you just start putting stuff into a new avatar. And right now, the avatar that I'm looking at is here. This is the sculpting version. So we're going to go through a process called retopology, which you may be familiar with, where we're going to make the simple version on top of the sculpture and extract all these details into something we can use. Yeah, coming out nicely, though. Coming out nicely. Though the tail's a little low res. Surprising. But I appreciate the question, Sneaky, and welcome. Okay, I've got 10 minutes. Maybe I'll just end the first stream of the day here because I've only got 10 minutes left and we're about to enter a new chunk of work. You know, Sam, I'm curious what really goes into setting up a rig to work on a ARKit. So that comes down to, it depends. There are a few face tracking options. ARKit has a very specific set of blend shapes that it's looking for, and they have to be in certain order on your mesh. But if you look at here, these are the exact blend shapes you'll want, which this model is like probably the least useful image you could ever see, but they do have a 3D model that you can see. So definitely check that out there if you're looking for the specific blend shapes. There's also a really cool add-on which I own called VRChat. Got that. Let's say VRChat Blender. And this is a add-on specifically designed to make ARKit compatible face tracking. Wow, this used to be like 40 bucks. It's a little pricey now. It's quite pricey. Do you have to push the expressions to be extra to get it to be more noticeable? Generally, it depends. Sometimes, like in VRChat, you do make the So yes, basically yes, and it just depends on how sensitive the values that your iPhone is feeding into the ARKit are. So if it just happens that either VNeon or some VTween software and your iPhone are just giving it like values, then your blend shapes could be fine, but they're just not getting enough to really be noticeable. The raise the price, so yeah, I got it on sale last time. Smart. Yeah, because this is nuts. It's really expensive. It's really expensive. And I think you can pretty much do the same in AutoRig Pro, in my opinion. I ask because I'm not the most expressive person. I think you just bump up the it's a little variable because maybe it'll because it may adapt to your face, and like it's all about contrast, right? So it could pick up just fine, but maybe not. Testing tell. Thankfully, once you have all the blend shapes, making them exaggerated is actually pretty straightforward. All right, but I am going to go ahead and hit lunch now. Thank you all for hanging out with me this morning. It's been a good morning, very good morning. Been productive. Into the avatar. I think we'll have her done sculpting by Friday for sure. We're going to work on her again when we come back. I just hope we can track my damn eyes and have a good day. It does well with my eyes, and I have glasses, so thank you, Sam. Absolutely, Skyfire. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Again, I'll be back soon. I'm just going on lunch, so hit that follow, hit that subscribe if you're new here, because I'll be back soon. And I will have a good one. Thank you, Evan. But bye, everyone. Thank you all for chilling. Hey, Sneaky, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for the question. And we'll catch you sometime soon. Much love to all of you. See you in about an hour. Bye. Let's say 2 hours. Let's see. Bye, everyone. See you then.